I'm on the outside looking in. Hey guys, Gregory Dixon, the go-to guy for all things real estate, Southern California. DRE number 01251802. It's Thursday. You know what it is, the Wealth Mastery Podcast. We are coming to you live from the office. As you can see, we don't do businesses, parking lots, Starbucks, and all that other ridiculous stuff that I hear people doing. We are open for business, and we are at the office. Got some mellow tunes in the back from the 50s that you guys have absolutely no knowledge of. Little Anthony and the Imperials. It's that kind of day today. We're going to let the music play a little bit, let Little Anthony, as they say, croon a little bit. And then we're going to get into it, give more people time to come in and check it out, because we are live. We're live on Instagram at Gregory Dixon Official, and we're live on Facebook. Our Facebook channel is Gregory Dixon. So you can always tune into those two. If you miss it, you can look at it, replay it, like it, share it, send it to somebody. It is some news that you can use, and we want you to get the most out of it. We want you to get the most out of it. It's just a conversation. You know how you learn. You got to talk about it. If you don't know something, how you going to learn it? You got to listen to somebody that knows, right? So we're going to talk about wealth mastery. We're getting away from the, we're not going by the ebook today. We're not going by the workbook today. We're just going to talk about 30 minutes, have a conversation amongst friends. We're friends, right? Take a sip of water. You know, when we talk about wealth mastery, we're talking about going from not knowing how to first make money, save money, take that money, and create more money. That's and mastering the process of doing that. That's the wealth mastery, right? But I was thinking, right? And for wealth is different for everyone. There's a textbook definition for wealth and what it means to be wealthy. But I was thinking that wealth, the concept of wealth is different for everyone. And for anybody that's watching this podcast, I want you to understand, first and foremost, you have to understand, or know, what does wealth mean to you? I heard a great quote one time from the Bishop Noel Jones out here in Los Angeles. And he said his father said, the richest one of us is the person with the least amount of needs. Just process that. Think about that. Let that sit in for a second. The richest one of us is the one who has the least amount of needs. So with that thinking and processing that, a person who you may think doesn't have anything under those parameters is extremely wealthy. They have everything. A homeless person may be wealthy, not in material possession or riches in that way, but the amount of needs. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money, or they make a lot of money. And if you determine your wealth by the amount of riches or possessions that you have, you might, in all actuality, be a very poor person, especially poor spiritually. And spirituality always going to play a part in everything. You have to believe in something, a higher power than yourself, guys. I'm just put that out there for you. You can do what you want with it. I'm going to drop the jewels. You can pick them up. I'm going to plant you now and dig you later, right? So when I tell you some of these things, just think about it. Go back, replay the video. If you disagree with anything I say, you're more than welcome to send me a comment, send me an email, Gregory at Alpha Elite Capital, or you can DM me on Instagram at Gregory Dixon Official or at Alpha Elite Capital. Any comments, any conversations you want to get into, as long as it's positive and it's going after a positive result, I'm open to having it. But you have to determine, what does wealth mean to you? And then after you determine what wealth means to you, you have to envision what that would look like. You have to see it. I have a quote that I say, I have some words that I live by myself. I say, if you can't see it, you can't be it. Now, whatever the mind can conceive and the heart can believe, you can achieve. I'm going to say it again. Whatever the mind can conceive, if you can think of it, whatever the heart can believe, right? If you believe this with all your heart and you're willing to put in the work, of course, you can achieve it. You can achieve any goal, anything that you want out of life. But with aspects to wealth, you have to know what it is that you want. And you have to know what it is that you're willing to do to achieve these things, right? You have to know what you love and what you like. It's a difference, right? Because if something you like is going to take away something you love, then you shouldn't be doing that, right? So with aspects to creating wealth, you have to know what it is. You can't get a target that you don't have in front of you. You have to have the target of what it's going to be. What are you shooting at? What are you going after? What's the goal? And then you have to have a plan to achieve the goal. But you have to first envision that. And let's say your idea of wealth is the textbook definition of wealth, is a large accumulation of money and resources, right? Wealth, right? Money, resources, power, wealth, right? Okay. Now, once you envision that, are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with seeing yourself wealthy? I have actually heard people, when the conversation of wealth comes around, they become extremely uncomfortable. There's a lot of people that can't talk about it. They can't talk about it. They feel ashamed to talk about having the desires for wealth, or to be wealthy, or to have millions of dollars, or even billions of dollars. They shamed by that. They feel that they were brought up or socialized in a society or a community or a household where money was the devil. You know, the love of money is the root of all evil, which biblically that's not correct. Biblically it says the love of money is the root of all evil, because there's another scripture that also says money asking for many things, right? So you have to, what is your level of comfort? What is your level of comfort? What is it that you want, and what is it that you're comfortable with as far as materially or accumulating when it comes to the wealth? And you have to be able to envision what that looks like. Some people envision that and get totally afraid. They think that their life would change. People gonna try to kidnap them and kill them. People gonna always be asking them for something. And hey, as they say, the fleas come with the dog. That's gonna happen. If you have obtained a lot, to whom much is given, much is required. If you've obtained a lot, there are gonna be people asking you for money basically all the time. Sometimes it'd be a word to call, sometimes it'd be something totally frivolous. And their justification for you giving it to them is just simply the fact that you have it. How many times have you heard people speak on athletes and entertainers, and if there's a problem in the community, they feel that athletes, entertainers, celebrities that have all of this money should just go and solve the problem. They should just go give up all their money, give their money, and take care of this and take care of that. Oprah doing stuff in Africa. No, you should be doing stuff here. This person owning this or owning that, but he don't do this for the community. And every athlete that has ever achieved success and went on and became rich should come back to their neighborhood and build community centers and youth centers and apartment complexes and give all that they have. Come on, man. Realistically, why would you ask someone to do something that you wouldn't do? That's a question for everybody that always throws that out there about what the rich and the wealthy should do, right? I don't subscribe to that, because the first thing you do when you do that, you pass the problem, you take the problem off of where it should be really focused at, which is the government, city, state, and federal, which a lot of times create these atmospheres where they mismanage the money. We got what the poet Tupac Shakur said, the late great poet Tupac Shakur said, we got money for wars but can't feed the poor. So taking that where that responsibility should be off of that entity and putting it on public citizens, I don't think that's right. And if you're a person that does that, and I've asked this question to several people that blame athletes and entertainers and celebrities for not giving away all of their money, I asked them a simple question: well, how much have you donated towards the cause? You say this person got $100 million, you should give $50 million to, okay, well, how much money do you have? You got $50 million? No. You got $1 million? No. You got 20,000? Yeah. Give 10 to the cause. I can't do that. See how the things change? When it's someone else's money, it's easy to speak on someone else's money as opposed to what you're going to do with yours. I saw a post today on Instagram, and it was real disturbing. And I'm going to tell you why, for several reasons. I really didn't like the post because it showed a photo, right? It showed two photos. It showed a billionaire and it showed a millionaire, right? Now, the billionaire was a well-known billionaire, and he's just dressed regular, t-shirt, pants, whatever, right? Just regular, right? Then the millionaire photo was a photo of a black rapper. Matter of fact, it was Quavo from the Migos, and this was a complete disservice and in poor taste, and I think it's a shot. It's speaking to a problem, but to single Quavo out and make him the poster child for this, to use him in that picture, I think that's totally unfair to him, because every person on the planet Earth, if you work for your money, you didn't rob, you didn't steal, you work for your money, you have a right to spend your money in any way, form, or fashion that you feel. It's yours. It's your money, right? So the picture they had of Quavo is him standing there with all his jewelry and with jewelry on and everything. And, and it's like, and the quotation I think was something like, we spend all our money trying to look rich. And then they showed the other guy who didn't have nothing, that's the billionaire. And it's just like making a comparison. Now, I do agree that we as blacks in America, we support everything. We have mastered everything culturally. We lead in style. We definitely lead in the working class. We're probably the most educated, especially with our women, the most educated. We've mastered everything but money. That's the one thing that we have not mastered. Some of us have mastered business, but not enough of us have mastered money and business. We have not. So we buy and consume more than we build. We don't own anything. when I say that, I'm not talking about houses, cars, clothes, jewelry. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about industries. If you look at certain industries, the way certain families have built wealth is only in certain industries. You take uh, Indian families from India, right? They come to America and they all live in a house. And all of these things that I'm about to say right now, as far as building wealth, were all of these people that I'm about to mention got all of these principles from blacks. This were the principles of blacks after slavery, right? These other races come here. The Indian races have the hotel market on lock. Ethiopians have parking. Latinos, markets, mini markets, mom and pop markets, right? Asians, um, cleaners, tech, uh, Latinos construction, you know, um, all of those things, right? So they dominate these industries and own these industries. But what they do is to acquire wealth is they buy a large home, biggest home they can get, and then they try to put as many of their family in that home as they can. Now, I've heard from black people just selling real estate. I've had opportunities to sell a person a home and then sell a family member a home on the same block. The family member wouldn't buy the home, not because it wasn't a good deal, but it was because it was down the street from their family member. They didn't want to do that. I don't want to be down the street from her, him, them. When the other cultures come in, and this is wealth mastery now. We still on the topic of wealth mastery. This is not social commentary. This is wealth mastery. Stay with me, and I'm gonna get you there. I got you in the car. Let me drive you there. I'm driving the car. I'm gonna get you there. Just listen, because it's all wealth mastery now. It all plays into a bigger thing. This is not social commentary about blacks and Asians and what. No, that's not what this is. The principle and the purpose behind buying the big large renting, not buying renting the big large home. So it's 18 people, 16 people in the house. Of the 16 people, no one else has 20 people in the house, including children. 20 people in the house, 12 people adults. 2 people stay home all day. The other 10 go out to work. 10 separate incomes coming into one pot. 10 people go to work, bring all the money back to the house, right? The 2 adults that do not work, maybe it's grandmother, maybe it's grandmother, maybe it's grandfather, maybe it's grandmother and grandtia, or grand auntie, whatever. What do? They take care of the house. They cook the food, they clean the home, they wash the clothes, they make it possible for everybody else to go to work. They make sure the kids go to school, they take the kids to school, they pick the kids up from school. Total communal teamwork situation. But now, 10 incomes come into the house, as opposed to that being 5 separate incomes, one over here paying rent, one over here paying rent, one over there paying rent, one over there paying rent. So they all bring this money back. You got the money to pay the rent, right? You got money for Costco and Sam's Club, because with that amount of people, you need bulk. So you got money for Costco and Sam's Club. You got money for everything you need to maintain the household. Now you also got money to stack. Every week there's money coming in. Every week 10 checks is coming in. Every week. So now Hotel becomes available. They still live in the house. They manage. They running the hotel, managing the hotel, right? Now, still stacking this money. Now they done took this money from here, excuse me, put it in the hotel, right? Now, they dominating this business, stacking more money. Still got them checks coming in. Now they got motel income coming in. Another hotel becomes available. They buy this. So now one couple, they running this hotel. Another couple running this hotel. They got people to clean and wash and everything at the hotel. So now you end up 3, 4, 5 hotels. You on autopilot, even if you just got one. You on autopilot. You done really took care of the problem for your entire family. You got somewhere to live. Free. Biggest expense you're gonna have in your life is probably a lease or a mortgage. Now you've solved that. Now that's the Indian community. Okay, there was at one point the Asian community dominated the dry cleaning business, and they dominate the beauty supply business. They dominate the dry cleaning, beauty supply, and a few more, but those industries they dominate. In Los Angeles, they dominate fish market and Chinese restaurants, right? They dominate those. Same principle. Latino community. Big house, everyone can stay there together. Everybody going to work. Money coming in. I saw this. I knew I lived next door to a house. And they had to have 15 to 20 people living there. And they were sleeping on mattresses to the point where in the morning before they would go to work, they would put the mattresses outside, stack them up at the back of the house or the side of the house. And they would get up in the morning, they would all go work construction. Afternoon, they come in, they got the grill fired up, corn on the grill, steak, chicken, tortillas, jalapeno peppers, everything. I know these were some beautiful, wonderful, nice people. But the concept of building the wealth and stacking the money, that was the concept of blacks after slavery. So it's not nothing new. It's just you have to have a plan and you figure out how we gonna do what it is we gonna do. And now what happened was when they would stack a certain amount of money, they buy a house. Then they buy another house. Now next thing you know, they got 3, 4, 5 houses on one street, starting with one house. If you can master the concept of cooperation over competition, man, you can get so far. If you want to go fast, if you want to go somewhere fast, go by yourself. If you want to go somewhere far, go together. That's part of the wealth mastery thing. You gotta have a plan, but you gotta see yourself wealthy. You gotta know what it is that you want. You gotta put a dollar amount on it. And then a lot of you people out there, when it comes to wealth and wealth mastery, you shooting too low. I'm gonna be honest with you, $1 million ain't no money. Please don't say you want $1 million. You might well say you want 100,000. That's because that's really what it's worth. And if you are out there and you really want to master wealth, here's another tip for you. Guys, you got to get a business. You got to get into business or real estate. Now, I'm not saying don't get a job, because whatever your dream is, I don't care what your dream is, you have to finance it. I'm going to tell you a secret. If your friends and family wanted you to be rich, you'd already be rich. A stranger has your money. the people you love the most, 9 times out of 10, support you the less. If you got an Instagram or whatever, how many people repost your stuff? I just answered all your questions. None. A stranger has your money. So if you want to be wealthy, you're going to have a business, or if you're going to invest in real estate, you got to get the money to invest in real estate. Sometimes it don't take a lot of money, but you need some kind of seed money, right? So if you work in a job, that's great. That'll provide you the financing that you need to finance your business or your job, right? That's what it is. Now, if you got the financing, then you can open a business, because if you're a W-2 employee, you'll never be rich. I take that back. There are a few fields that you can be a W-2 employee in and make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money. Trades, which a lot of you people don't even know what I mean when I say trades. That's like your construction, your HVAC, your plumbers, your electrician. They can scale those into really nice businesses that can make a lot of money. The medical field, your doctors, your nurses, your just working in the hospital, your pharmacists, your radiologists, your specialists in whatever field, the medical field. But if you're a W-2 employee, you're taxed more. Especially in America, you are getting killed in taxes. And God forbid if you live in California. Every person that thinks they're going to work for $20 an hour, right? That's just like when they was pushing the thing for the minimum wage to be $20 an hour. And everybody like, yeah. It's because $20 an hour is really not $20 an hour. On every $10, you're taxed $3.91. That's the tax rate. On every $10, you're taxed $3.91. So your $10 is $3.91 or $3.10. I'm gonna be generous and say $3.10. Let's say $3.10. So for every $10 you work for, you really get paid $6.90. So for every $20 that you work for every $20 you work for, right, you got $13 and 60 cents. What is 310, 16, 620? Yeah, you getting $13.80. For every $20 you make, you go home with $13.80. If you make $20 an hour, you really don't make $20 an hour. You make $13.80. Let that sit in for a second. So you have to transition. You don't have to take my word for it. As any certified public accountant that does taxes, as any tax professional, where are the most tax breaks at? Business owner, real estate. You don't have to take my word for it. Like I say, listen to everything I say. You can fact check it. If I'm wrong, please point it out to me when I'm wrong, and I will apologize to you, because I'm always on a quest for knowledge, and I can be wrong. I do not know everything, but I know most things, especially when it comes to real estate and business, because that's what I do, right? So when you acquire wealth, you're going to have to invest in a business. Whether you start one, buy one, you're going to have to, and real estate is the best place on the planet Earth to park money. Real estate is not a scam, not a scheme. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a lick. It's not. But real estate is a get-rich-for-show plan over time, right? And you guys, if you want to make some money, you want to invest in real estate, Alpha Elite Capital, we have a new investment program. We're doing a cap raise. It's the end of the year. I know some of you guys got money on the books you want to move before the end of the year. We are doing a cap raise all of November and December. So Alpha Elite Capital, I will be telling you more about that. If you're an individual, want to come in and get your feet wet in real estate, I have some small investment programs for you. We have 4 levels of investment in Alpha Elite Capital. We have a $6,000 investment. We have a $25,000 investment. We have a $65,000 investment. And then we have a $120,000 investment. There are different levels of investment, and those investments are for different things. You're not going to be able to invest $6,000 and get into the investment that the person is invested in $120,000. It's something different. It's a different level. It's a different level. And the bigger the investment is, the longer the time is. The $6,000 investment, that's only a 100-day investment. That's only a 100-day investment. It's a quick return on that. The $25,000 investment is a 125-day investment. The $65,000 investment and the $120,000 investment, that's a 1-year investment. And if you call 323-402-0700 or email me, Gregory at Alpha Elite Capital, or go on the website, www.alphaelitecapital.com, and I'll break everything down to you. You can see everything. You got some interest in it. It's a great thing. All investments are secured by real estate. No, I'm not taking your money going to the casino. No, I'm not betting on black or the football game. I'm not betting on black or somebody black. So that's been our Wealth Mastery podcast for today, guys. I hope you got something out of it. And like I say, first thing first, you got to define what wealth means to you, because it means something different for everybody. You got the textbook definition of wealth, and then you got your definition of wealth. Your definition is the definition you can live with. So make sure you define it. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you next Thursday at 5 p.m. We will be doing our podcast every week, Thursday at 5, like clockwork. See you guys next week. Peace.